Despite being a self-described liberal, Bill Maher is actually very reasonable when it comes to certain subjects, one of which, of course, has been immigration. And we're going to see him here clashing heads with John Leguizamo over on his Club Random podcast. Before we begin, don't forget to like and comment on this video so we break through the algorithms. Here we go.
Part of this is a backlash to how badly Biden handled the immigration situation. It can't just be like come one, come all, which
Dude,
it was.
There's plenty of room here, and we need
room.
There's plenty of room in America. Come on, there's no lack of room in America.
But it's never about room. It's about resources and about like having countries have to have a border. It just can't be. I mean, they've done surveys and something like 200 million people around the world, when asked, would you come to America if you could? Yes, I would. Why wouldn't they? Lots of countries, excuse me, are shitholes.
Right.
And they would love to be here. You can't
right. The places aren't shitholes, but.
Well, they are. That's why they want to come.
And it's usually because of America. What America's done, especially in Latin America, has beat up every democracy that was burgeoning in Latin America. They destroyed it to keep their oil or their resources or bauxite or bananas.
Like, if you don't really have rights, like as far as like women's rights in most majority Muslim countries, women just don't have close to the rights we have here. If you can't dress the way you want, if you are in a country where there's just extreme poverty, which a lot of countries have, or if there's like the kind of corruption, and we have corruption here, of course, but on a level.
Well, we have extra new corruption with the meme coin.
But it is on a level in some countries that's way, way more.
Well, we're catching up. We're catching up.
We're catching up, but we still.
No, it's still.
But there's a reason why people want to come here, because it's still better.
But I got to tell you, I mean,
if you live in a country where you can take a chicken on a bus, that was always my standard. Okay, I think I have the right to call that a shithole country, and I see why you want to come here. It's not your fault you live in a shithole. It doesn't mean you're a shithole person. But you had the misfortune of being born there, and I get it why you would want to move here.
Right, but the thing is that the immigrants that are coming here are building the country. They're the essential workers.
They are.
They're the first responders. They're doing all your construction, painting, plumbing, raising all your food, cooking all your food, serving all your food.
Kids, taking care of your kids.
Taking care of your kids. We do all the work that nobody wants to do and keeps the country going. I mean, immigrants are the life source of this country.
Yes, they are. Absolutely. Because, again, we're both products of them.
Yes, we are both.
We need, but what most Americans, I think sensible, middle of the road people would say is, yes, of course, we are an immigrant welcoming country, but there has to be some order to it. It just can't be come one, come all. No, I mean, there was like video people would see of people, just the border guards just looking as people are just like giant trains of people. And, that's why, and then where do they go? They went to cities on the borders who then were like, you know what, if you people in New York think that it's such a great idea to let anybody in, we're going to bus them to you. And then what did the people in New York say? I mean, even the governor of New York was like, we can't take all these people. Mayor Adams was like, and he's right. It's like, these people live here, and now this is their burden to this degree. But I mean, those people,
I agree.
Those cities on the border called the bluff of the sanctuary city. It's very easy to sit there from far away and go, we're a sanctuary city. Okay, well, here's all the people sanctuary, and then they didn't like it.
Let's fix the immigration problem.
That's the kind of hypocrisy.
Let's fix the legal immigration, because it's a broken system.
Right.
That people who've been here for 30 years can't be naturalized. That's insane. Who've been working here and giving their lives, and just fix the legal immigration. Stop creating these quotas and this blockage.
He did finally have to go back on that and say, the people who work
farms
because who does he think cleans the rooms in his hotel?
Right, exactly.
Who do you think mows the lawn
in all his
at your golf club around your first wife's grave?
Your golf balls for you.
So Bill Maher actually raises some excellent points, but he falls for the trap that John Leguizamo lays. And that's, of course, the simple idea that there's a whole bunch of jobs out there that Americans simply won't do. So we have to have illegal immigrants. However, remember, just a couple of months ago, we had that situation in Omaha, Nebraska, where a meatpacking plant was raided. And guess what? The next day, the whole waiting room was filled with people applying for those jobs. All right. And by the way, under Donald Trump, ever since he shut down the border, you'll notice that we have 2 million more jobs going to native-born workers and 543,000 jobs being lost to foreign-born workers, all right? So which one do you think is better for America? Now, I'm not denying that there's going to be some jobs out there that Americans don't necessarily want to do, but that's what a guest worker program would be for, right? You live in your own country, you come up here seasonally, you register, we know who you are, you pay taxes, and bam, jobs get done. However, what has been happening here is that a lot of good paying jobs have been going to foreign workers instead of Americans because all of these companies know they can pay them less. But I love how Bill Maher completely shuts down John Leguizamo on the idea that, oh, there's plenty of room. Yeah, but there's not plenty of resources, right? There's only so many jobs to go around. And when you look at the entire world, how many of them should be allowed into this nation? And by the way, that, of course, is the question the left can never ask. What are the limits? Should all 7+ billion people in the entire world be allowed to come here? Right? Because guess what? Most of them would want to. They'd want a better life than in their crap hole countries they come from, right? And should we allow them in? Because that's what the left will never say. What's the limit? And that's actually something you hear John Leguizamo say at the end there, right? We have all of these BS limits. Yeah, that's designed to help people integrate into our society and culture, right? That's why we have limits. Although I do believe that once somebody is here and doing it the right way, we can kind of expedite that process to get them to become a citizen a little bit faster. Yeah, it shouldn't take 30 years. But on the other hand, John Leguizamo, why was it taking 30 years? Is it because there's millions upon millions of people jumping the line? Under the last 4 years under Joe Biden, we had 20 million people come into this country. And guess where they went? Not to the back of the line, but to the front. We gave them housing, room and board, clothing, right? They lived like kings on our tax dollars. Did they want to assimilate? Did they come here for jobs? And why do they need so much help if the jobs were abundant? That's because we have limited resources. And just as New York Mayor Eric Adams said, they were being overrun. It was completely unsustainable. And by the way, that's the smartest thing all the border states ever did, was send the problem they've been having for decades up north to all of the posers, all of the virtue signalers. They said, please send us all of your illegal immigrants because we're sanctuary cities. And so we did. And guess what? They didn't like it. And that's when the people really found out what's been going on in this country. And of course, that was a big reason why Donald Trump won the last election. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and say hi to your mom for me.
The preference among Latino voters, I think it's at 46%.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, 40%. Joe Biden.
Excuse me for a second, please.
Coño, triple hijo me la madre.
Do you like t-shirts? Of course you do. And now you can support the channel by buying an Angry Teacher t-shirt designed by me, Angry Teacher. So if you like America, if you like freedom, if you like liberty, then go ahead and click the link in the description where all designs, of course, are 100% mother approved. So enjoy yourself and find something you like today.